Our top story today, President Trump's executive order suspending immigration from several Muslim-majority countries. It's now been put into action, and 7 migrants headed from the U.S. were stopped from boarding a plane in Cairo, Egypt earlier today. They were supposed to fly into New York City's Kennedy Airport, but were prevented from boarding after authorities contacted officials at JFK. 6 of the migrants are from Iraq. 1 is from Yemen. For more on the fallout, I'm joined by Cahn. He's the Director of Strategic Litigation for the Council on American Islamic Relations. Albert, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. I want to ask you about these people who are detained. What can you tell us?
Well, developments are still unfolding on the ground. What we do know is that a mix of individuals with green cards and people with more temporary visas are being stopped at airports and stopped from boarding flights abroad. You know, it appears that officials were not prepared for the full scope of the executive orders that went into effect. And so there's a lot of confusion and disorganization in how these orders are being implemented.
What legal action will you be taking now?
While I can't comment in too much detail because we haven't filed anything in court yet, what I can say is that we will be taking every action we can to show that these restrictions are unconstitutional, that they are unlawful, that they are discriminatory, and most importantly, that they provide no benefit to the American people.
Donald Trump is the president of the United States. How does your organization counter executive orders or legislation that he tries to push through on this?
We'll do it as activist groups and as civil libertarians have done it for decades. We will file lawsuits in court. We will mobilize people for mass protests. Just a few days ago, we saw thousands of New Yorkers taking to the street to peacefully say that you cannot target my Muslim neighbors without me standing up to take their defense.
The people who are banned from coming in, are these people who are coming in on visiting visas? Are these the people that are impacted?
Well, it's actually a broad range. It's everything from students and people with temporary visas to long-time permanent residents. These are green card holders who have lived here for years, who have built families here, who have built jobs here, who sometimes own businesses here. These people are Americans, and they are being stopped from coming back to their home.
Do you believe that President Trump's executive order is effectively a Muslim ban?
I don't think it goes quite that far. What I do think it does is lay the groundwork for a Muslim ban. We have seen President Trump walk those claims back, but now we see him implementing in baby steps the first parts of what could amount to a Muslim ban.
Democratic Congressman Jim Cooper tweeted out this morning that 2 of the refugees who have been kept out of the U.S. had helped American troops survive during the Iraq War. What's your reaction to that?
Part of why we allow immigrants to come to this country is because we bring in some of the best and brightest. We bring in our allies. We bring in people who have put their lives on the line for this country. And we now are telling them, no, even though you have served on the field of battle with Americans, you are not allowed into this country. It is disgraceful, and it is something that needs to stop.
Albert, I want to ask you a question, and I normally don't ask this of our guests, but you're Jewish.
Yes.
And you're representing a Muslim organization. How did you get involved?
Well, I want to make it clear, I'm not the exception. There are thousands of American Jews who are working with their Muslim neighbors because we know the lessons of history. We know what happens when the religious freedoms of Americans are attacked and when the religious freedoms of any minority group are attacked. And we need to take a stand with Muslim Americans to say that when they are attacked, we will be at their side. When you ask my Muslim neighbors to register me first.
Albert Cahn with CAIR. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.